In this second video, we will analyze the picking hand for Sonny Osborne's break to Jesse James. If you need to see the fretting hand, we've got a video for that, the first video that I uploaded under the same title. But first, let's get in tune, the D string, 4th string. First string to D. G string number 1. Fifth string. And the B string. And now to the break. And slower, the sound would sound like this. Second break. the tuning issues. Probably had to change the first string, it's getting a little old. Anywho, we begin with this Earl's Breakdown kind of roll. T-I-M, T-M-I-T-M with the slide. But Sonny begins this tune pinching the third and first strings open. Then you have two quarter notes, 4, 3, and then you begin T-I-M. And then a sort of T-I-M-T-I, and then this C lick. And that's T-I-M-T-I-M-T-T. And there's sort of a forward-backward roll on the little last bit of that T-I-M-I, and then the open D string. So playing that as slow as I can. T-I-T-M-I-T. And then that very typical Scruggs, sort of like Sally Good. So, following that C lick. And instead of going, I believe he pulls off there. And that's T-I-T. And the D lick is just, it's not the Earl Scruggs Flint Hill kind of. It's actually just a series of play that as slow as I can. Or thumb, you can do I or thumb there. And then he begins again with the, and then that lick. And then going into the B part of the first break, we have this just thumb and index. Pretty straightforward. And then the same thing from there on out. Pull off again for the D. And then the first break is pretty straightforward there. The second break begins kind of like what Earl did on the third break to Flint Hill Special with hammer-ons. And that's just fucking on breakdown roll, and instead of hammering on every time you hit the second fret of the second string. After empirical listening to that little lick right there, Sonny is not going I. He's going I. He's not actually using the middle finger at all there. And then continuing on from there. More of that right there. And this interesting little lick. And that's just So This plays as slow as it can. It's a little syncopated thing. So what he's doing is he's playing forward roll and then a pull off on the second string, which is the same as if you're doing a pull off on the first string alone. And just making it a lot easier by going to the second string so you can sort of have a roll instead of having to use the middle finger twice. And then coming from that little lick, and then just regular fill. And then there's this little transition lick into the C chord, which is quite interesting. Play that as slow as I can. You can use the thumb there as well. Play that as slow as I can again. That's the other way. You can double the index finger there since it's a quarter note before the roll begins. And from there he just begins into the C chord. And then from there he just ends the song the way he did on break number 1. The third break is a reprisal of the A ideas with only one addition to the A section, the use of this lick. And basically that's, you know, the lick that you've heard all your life from songs like Earl's Breakdown and others. And that's pretty straightforward. And so the third break opens with the roll from Earl's Breakdown. And this keeps the forward roll going instead of going into the C chord, so play that as slow as I can. Then here comes that lick. And goes down to the D note, of course, instead of back to the G, because it's not resolving. And everything else is the same there on out. And repeat. From there we enter the C break via the B part, and instead of staying at the low end he uses a bunch of these closed position, F position, D position chords to basically use licks to stand for the B part. There's no melody here whatsoever, but that's the beauty of some Scruggs things. It can give the illusion of playing the melody, and you're really just playing riffs on top of a beat like jazz. And following this Scruggs pinch slides from the vicinity of, on the second string, 4 or 5. Now, all that is on the C chord is just I, M, T, 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 That's the only place where the thumb actually changes position is on the D chord. You're playing all I, M, T, I, M, T, I, M, T, I, M, T the whole way until the D chord, and then you have T, I, M, T, I, M, and then when you go back to the G minor, you have I, M, T, again. And then just again continuing those F position, D position, G chords. Then a pinch, the only pinch here, and then there that leads into this very little interesting sort of modification of the, I believe my Cabin Caroline lick, and he modifies it with his little double steps. So it's kind of a combination of a single melodic note, the fretted A note on the 4th string, a Shave and a Haircut part of that, and this Cabin and Caroline lick. And so coming out of the 2 G chords and the last pinch, play that as slow as I can. Here it is. There's that little melodic lick. That's where you'd resolve it to the D, to the G note. Instead he pinches and ends the song there. Now this is not exactly the way Sonny actually ended the song. That is my own sort of interpretation of it. I believe he slides. And, you know, just for the sake of adding melodic continuity, I've added the 8th fret on the 7th fret of the 4th string just because it's actually a little easier. And we're here to make things easier, not harder for ourselves, because that's what makes it more enjoying. But the fingering for this little lick is, I just double thumb the 2 I and M fingers. And I always, on that E note, I end on the middle finger, not the index finger. And then from there on it's pretty standard up. That backwards slide. And then there it changes, a backwards roll, I, M, T, and then an inner pinch on 4, 3, and 2. And so to recap that lick as slow as I can, from the pinch, the G minor pinch, and that's the end of the song. The end of the 3 breaks, taken by Sonny Osborne. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments section, and I'll get back to you, and happy picking.